Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the All in Our Heads podcast video. Please do us a favor, subscribe, like the video with the thumb up, hit the bell to get notified, and leave a little comment. It helps us.
Is it going to be somewhere here where they can see it?
Maybe, somewhere over in there, in that area. But just do it and enjoy the show.
Thank you.
You're listening to All in Our Heads with Joe Fernandes and Mike Gaffney. Please enjoy the show.
Yo, welcome back, everybody. How's it going?
Welcome back to the All in Our Heads podcast, video /
audio podcast. Yeah, it's everywhere. You can listen, you can watch.
Everywhere.
Bing.
Probably more places than you want it.
I got to say, I got some messages from last episode. People enjoyed Cody hopping up on the couch.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't get a lot of cameos.
You know what? We talk a lot about him.
They hear a lot of clicking of his feet around the studio.
A lot of getting up and letting him out of the door.
Barking.
A lot of barking. A lot of us saying, what do you need?
Yeah. But
very rarely has he made an appearance.
Right.
That was good.
And
Speaking of Cody,
he's not here with us today. He's been in the hospital for a few days. He's okay, but I miss him, man. He's part of the podcast atmosphere.
Right.
I mean the house too, but especially
absolutely
doing the podcast. What was it, Friday? Normal he was. Then Friday night he was acting kind of sick, just kind of lethargic and just licking his lips and just like almost like falling asleep standing up.
Right.
Took him to the vet in the morning. Vet was checking him, said he looked kind of good. Maybe he ate something. We weren't sure, but then we tested his urine, and his blood sugar, which was supposed to be 112 or something like that, was like 380.
Oh, wow.
So we started thinking diabetes or pancreatitis.
Okay.
But diabetes is what they were really.
Right.
So the vet was like, do you want me to give him insulin and you guys monitor him at home? But we're like, I was going out that night. I had gigs.
Right.
I'm like,
and especially in that state, he was already like way past.
Yeah, so like we don't know what to do. It's not like people,
you
know what I mean? And so he's like, all right, how about this? Because the weekend, because he was off on Sunday, he's like, I'll give you this healthier dog food for dogs with diabetes, and then see how he is. Could bring him back Monday, and we'll start him with the insulin. You drop him off, and I'll test him here. Sunday, Saturday he came home. He ate that food because the doc gave him like a shot for nausea, and he seemed like he was coming around.
Right.
But Sunday just was looking really bad. Sunday night I was trying to watch the Oscars.
Yeah.
And he just was in here. He was just looking bad.
Right.
Almost there was tears coming out of his eyes. I was like, I don't know if dogs feel pain like that, but that was enough for us to be like.
Yeah.
We called the vet. We just took him to the emergency room.
Okay.
His sugar went to 580.
Jesus Christ.
So they're like, yeah, he's diabetic. And I started feeling a lot of guilt. I just started feeling really bad because I was like, is it something I did? Like, was I giving him too many treats? Was I not? Because he just lost 5 pounds. He was a little overweight, and he was losing 5 pounds. We wanted him to go a little more. But the doctor's like, it has nothing to do with that. It's not like people.
Right.
You can't give a dog diabetes by feeding them things. You can make them fat.
Right.
But, but diabetes in dogs is immune. It's an immune deficiency.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like, because type 2 diabetes is the one people get when they eat and stuff, I think. Yeah. Type 1 is like the one people are born with.
Right.
That's what dogs get. They don't get the...
Okay.
So
there's nothing in his diet that could have saved that?
No. Because I was like really upset in this emergency room thinking I caused this for not being careful. But she was like, you did nothing. This was just... It was going to happen to him eventually.
Okay.
And... So that made me feel a little better. I mean, now that we know he's diabetic, we have to really watch his diet.
Right.
Now that it's already happening.
Yeah.
So I hear him like barking in the other room when she's telling me all this.
Right.
So I was like, can I see him real quick before we leave for the night? Because he's got to stay here because he's in a very severe situation.
Oh, yeah.
He's thank God you came tonight.
Diabetic coma state.
Right. If we would have let it go another night, who knows what would happen.
Right.
So he comes in and I'd like take his collar and leash to bring it home. They have their own, and I just started crying, seeing him. And then the lady's like, he's going to be okay. He's really spunky. He looks good. He looks healthy.
Okay.
He looks good. So I'm like, okay. And they took him in.
Imagine saying that about like a human. He looks spunky.
He's spunky.
Poor Grandpa.
But it was brutal.
Looks spunky.
Yeah, yeah, Grandpa looks spunky, man. He looks
nurse say he looks spunky.
Looks like he can run around the yard if he wants. I was playing fetch with Grandpa yesterday.
They have their own collar for Grandpa. Let's take our own.
Yeah. Take Grandpa's belt. They got his own belt. Yeah, they take him off, and he does. You know, it's funny when we first get to the emergency room. Like he's in the back of the car, looking all fucked up.
Yeah.
We got out. It was like I guess he thought, "Are we going someplace fun?"
Yeah,
Mister walking. Really? I'm like, what the fuck? And even
maybe it's like my father. Let me tell you something about my father. Whenever I took him to the doc, my father could be that state, like miserable and like sick, and he's sick. Yeah. But as soon as I take my dad to the doctor to have them look at, my dad walk in the doctor's office. High stepping, hey everybody, trying to make himself like he's healthy, and the doctor would come in and be like, how you doing? I'm doing great, actually, I'm doing really good. And I'm like, behind him, I'm like, he's not doing good. He's full of shit.
Yeah, it was funny because even when the emergency room nurse took him back to see the doctor, I guess he thought he was leaving. Right. He was like going real fast toward the door.
Right.
Then he looked back at us like through the window, like, what the fuck?
What are we doing here?
Yeah. So then after she told me all that, I had my little cry session saying goodbye to him.
Yeah.
She takes him off. I hear him bark, and I'm like, so I got to go now to the front desk to give all the information. I got to pay a lot of money out of pocket.
What is insurance? You get that?
Oh, insurance is all back.
They give you back.
They give me back, but you got to put it all out.
Got it.
Just that. Put it this way: taking him to the vet on Saturday morning was $700. Dropping him off at the emergency room was $1,000 I paid, and when it's all said and done, it's going to be an additional like $3,500.
And the insurance covers 100% of that?
No, 90. I get 90% reimbursement after the $200 deductible, which I've passed. Well, the first vet visit.
Yeah.
But I only have $5,000 maximum a year benefit.
Oh, okay.
That's just the plan that I picked.
Which
is fine. Listen, man, we're hoping this.
Right.
Well, I got it because I know I'm going to pay it anyway, whether I have insurance or not. This money's going out.
Right.
Like he's family. Like you're not going to be like because they're sitting there. They go. So, it's going to be a lifestyle change. You'll have to give them like 2 shots a day. Will it
always be 2 a day? Will it never go to 1?
Well, I guess it all depends on how it reacts, but they're just saying like 2 a day. Is this something you want to do?
Like I said, that was another option.
I was like, like people like decide to not do that.
Yeah,
and
I know.
You're fucking. I get to see if your dog's like really old.
Well, but you also got to look at. I mean, I'm not saying if I had a dog.
Yeah.
And right now, something happened to him. Unfortunately, it's not something I can do.
Yeah, well, at least try and give him up for adoption, I guess, to somebody.
100%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, sorry, take care. No, can I have his collar? No, of course I'm going to try to figure it out, but it might not work out financially for me, and I might have to give it away.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine.
Right.
But anyway, we're sitting there, and so we're sitting at the receptionist, filling out forms like, do you want to resuscitate or do you want CPR? We're like, CPR, of course CPR. Are you fucking out of your mind?
Yeah.
And it's just brutal, man. It's just brutal. And I hear him barking in the other room, like barking for me. And I'm like, so the woman asks for just to confirm my contact number.
Right.
I go, 732. And right before I got to the last 4 digits, dude,
Done.
I broke down crying
Really?
right at the receptionist, and she just typing and hands me the box of tissues.
Really?
Dude, it took me about 5 minutes to get my number.
Right.
I lost it.
Were you by yourself with Kerry with you?
With Kerry.
Okay.
And we do all the paperwork, and I walk out of there. We have his leash and his collar, and dude, I get in the car, and I just.
Yeah.
I just went crazy in my car.
I bet, man.
And she's like, but he's not. He's okay. He's at the best spot. But it was so
brutal. Driving away from that?
Brutal. I mean, this is not his first hospital visit in his short 5-year life so far. And the last time I broke down, but this one seems so much crazier because she's like, well, if anything happens, we'll call you in the night.
Right.
Because if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen tonight.
Right, okay.
Oh, my God. Talk about trying to fall asleep.
Oh, my God.
But then when I woke up and there was no phone call, no missed call, no nothing, I was like, thank God. It means he's good.
Right,
man.
right.
And then we got a call from the doctor in the morning saying he was stable. His blood sugar was moderate. It's like he's coming along good.
Okay.
And he's still that way today. But so we took him in Sunday. We're not getting him back till Wednesday at 4.
So tomorrow at 4.
Tomorrow at 4. And It sucks, man.
Can you go stop by, or you don't want to?
Was it?
Just let him relax.
It's like I don't want him to see us and think he's coming home because I don't think he has a concept of time and how much has gone by.
No, and he doesn't know.
You know what I mean?
Oh, Wednesday? All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, Wednesday at 4. Yeah, you guys do what you got to do. They're taking care of me good here. Right, I got fluids. Boom.
No, he doesn't know any of that.
No, there's nothing of that. No. But he's feeling good. But it's like coming home last night. Like when I came home from our gig Saturday night.
Yeah.
I knew I got him like 2 a.m. We got done watching UFC late.
Yeah.
And normally he's laying by the front door waiting for me.
Right.
Sometimes they leave the front door open so he could see me through the thing.
Yeah.
So the door was shut. I open it up and he's laying on his side. Now normally he pops right up.
Right.
And we are like, let's do a little playtime. And then even if I'm going to go to bed, he wants to do a little tug before.
Yeah.
He just stayed there. He didn't pop up. I laid down with him. I was rubbing him. And then talking about the UFC with Nick. And then he just stayed there the whole night. He didn't even come follow me to the room. I just knew he was like not well. But coming home last night, him not being there, waking up this morning, not taking him for a walk. It's just, it's brutal, man.
No, yeah, man. It's a lifestyle change for you, too. And all of a sudden now, like, he's your boy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's your boy. So you can look at it like, you can look at it from a cynical point of view. It's a dog, bro. You can do that. You could be an asshole like that. Or you could be a normal human and be like, the guy wakes up every day and goes out. Every video is you in the fucking woods.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, they're like humans, man. They're as close to humans.
Yeah, man.
I
mean, you have a daily routine with the kid, with the dog. That changed right now. Of course, that's going to hit you in the ball sack.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing is though, he's making a full recovery with this treatment. What
did they say? What his sugar was?
Yesterday it was at 200. Oh, so we're getting down.
What's it supposed to be? 130.
Like 112, 112. Okay. Between 80 and 120.
Got it. Okay.
Same as people.
Okay.
But he'll be able to hike still. That'll even help his diabetes, the exercise.
Okay.
So he'll have the same lifestyle. The only difference is we'll have to give him a shot in the morning and a shot at night after he eats.
Okay.
So we'll be dealing with it, but.
And then, can you test his sugar?
We got to test his sugar. You got to just like a person popping his paw, do the little thing.
Right.
But I'm going to be learning all that at 4:00 tomorrow. I have to be there for a while. Doctor's going to teach us how to do everything. We have a lot of questions. It's like, because he's a finicky eater sometimes, but it's like, what do we do when he doesn't eat?
Right.
Can't just give him insulin without food.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like all these things we'll have to deal with. But
yeah.
It is what it is, man. It's bonkers, man.
Wow.
It's bonkers. But that's what because Saturday when we did that gig together Saturday, I was all whack. I was just thinking about him all day because I knew he was not in good shape.
Right.
And I had lunch with James yesterday. I said, I totally did a show Saturday. I'm the most autopilot I've ever done in my life. Because I did a show the one time when I went and saw my dad in the hospital, and I bombed because I was so distraught. This, I think just because of years of doing comedy.
Right.
I explained to James, I felt like I was in a robot version of me, and I was controlling me doing comedy.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm getting laughs, but I was so outside myself.
Right.
That I was like, I don't even know. Like, it was almost like I started and then I saw the light. I wrapped up and I was like, I couldn't even tell you what happened.
I can relate.
It was like so.
There was no connection.
But I remember sitting up there going, hey, I remember telling myself, you're not into this, but it's going okay.
Right.
So just keep rolling.
Yeah.
Just get through this set.
But that's the thing you know how to do. Like the job part, like it's like an autopilot.
It was it was just autopilot.
Let's do the thing.
Except that one line that I threw out, it was like the most normal I felt. I'm like, let me throw out this new line. Boom, it did well.
Right.
That was the only thing I was aware of.
Right.
But I'm feeling good that he's coming home. But it sucks that I have to wait again till tomorrow.
Right.
It's like you just want him here.
Right.
But it's scary, man. I think with animals, it's a little bit more because they're so helpless. They so need you.
Right.
Like almost like people could like almost take themselves to the doctors. I'm not feeling well.
Right.
Can call a friend, be like, hey, I'm not feeling well. You could see them trying to tough it out.
Yeah.
Like almost like.
Right.
It was like, it's sad, man. It's sad to think how hopeless they are.
Yeah.
But
no, they are hopeless. I mean, they're babies. They're like an infant.
Yeah. He's only 5 years old.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What was that, 30?
I think 35 in dog years. But I read an article. It's not necessarily broken down like that.
Right.
But
I don't know even think
to us, he's 5.
Yeah. I know him for 5. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
His brain has got him.
He's not middle-aged to us. He don't act middle-aged.
Yeah, how did they get that? Where did they get that from? That's 7 years. Every year is 7 years for a dog. Is it because their bodies wear out quicker, so they just advance them in numbers?
Yeah,
us?
like their lives are shorter than ours, so they kind of put it in human terms.
Yeah. Is
for
that
us.
all it is?
Like I think like the lifespan of a fly or something is like 24 hours.
Oh, really?
Like, that is some serious. You gotta get shit done.
You're kidding me.
You gotta know your dreams quick.
You're born into your bucket list. Like, you're born, it's like, man, I got to get my shit done.
Yeah.
It's on your bucket list. I try to get through this 24 hours without some guy.
When was your first heartbreak? 30 seconds into my life?
Yeah.
Met this girl, was with her for about 14 seconds, and then she went off with another fly. Took a while to get over that. How long did it take you to get over it? 60 seconds about it.
Let me tell you something, kid. You don't know nothing about life. Let me tell you, when I was 12 minutes, let me tell you.
Yeah. You have no idea. Dude.
Let me just say to you.
When I was 12 minutes, I was locked in a windowsill till 30 minutes. I did time.
Yeah.
I did time. Hard time. I was in a summertime windowsill.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to get out. I was like, there's no one getting me out.
And I'll tell you right now, 16th hour is the new 15th hour, if you want to ask me. Yeah. The 16th hour is the new 15th hour.
Easy.
Easy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But you really, when you're hitting your 20th hour, you start reflecting.
You start looking back.
Maybe that windowsill wasn't that bad. I had everything I needed. Nobody was bothering me.
Nobody had 3 hots in a cot.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah. No, accidentally flying out a door. Fuck, I was in there. That was all the food is. I accidentally went outside.
Oh, there was nothing out there. Damn it.
Oh, my God. I know. My cousin Tommy, this guy just hit him with a piece of paper on the wall. There he is, splattered. Not only was he alive, 15 minutes. Yeah. He was just getting going.
Oh, his life was just starting.
Just getting going.
It was in the prime.
He was in his prime.
Come on.
He ain't getting those days back,
no, you're
man.
not getting them back.
Now, those are the high school years.
That's hilarious.
But that's that. So Cody will be back next podcast. We'll move on from Cody.
Yes. We love you, Cody.
Yeah, buddy.
He's always going to be here.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
So I watched Parasite.
Me too.
What'd you think?
I thought it was so different.
Oh, my God. So original.
So like, what the it was great. I loved it. It was a lot of reading at first. I mean, it's a lot of reading.
Well, there was a lot of reading to set up everybody, who they were.
Yeah, but once you got the flow, you kind of figured, yeah.
Well, then it became what's, like, I remember studying film in college, like I remember my film professor, he had this crazy accent and he used to be like, don't tell me, show me.
Right,
it's called a movie.
Right.
Show me. Like, he used to make us make films with no words, tell the story with no dialogue, just visuals. Right. And I feel they did a great job of building tension, and telling a story where you didn't really have to just like be reading a lot.
Yeah, right.
You know?
No, I enjoyed it a lot. I watched it in 2 because I put it on really late today's Tuesday, so Sunday night at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I'm going to watch this movie. Yeah. And I got about 40 minutes in. I'm like, I'm not watching this movie. So I watched the rest last night. It was really good.
Yeah, it was. I was sitting there because I watch foreign films occasionally, but for whatever reason, I was having a hard time at the beginning with this one, reading it and focusing on the visual.
Well, and because you wanted to see the world.
Yeah.
And they talk so fast.
Because they were talking fast, and I like pausing and seeing if I can move the words up higher. I'm like, can I put the words on the top?
Like right in the middle?
Yeah.
Right in between their faces.
So I wonder, they should like, I don't know if it's like, do like bubbles. Like,
yeah, right? Sploop, sploop, sploop. It'd be too much.
Yeah, it'd be too much. You'd be like...
Yeah, you'd be like... But I thought the same thing. I'm like, can you move that up a little bit? Because then at some points, whatever the words were on, the background was also white.
Yeah, so like when she was forging that document.
Correct. I was like, what is it?
But how fun was this, like, watching, like... we may give spoilers, so if you haven't watched Parasite yet...
Do you want to give spoilers?
I guess we don't have to, but we're going to talk about the movie, I guess.
Yeah, so
we won't spoil the end.
If you're looking to watch Parasite, I would just fast forward.
Until you hear us not talking about it. We don't know how long we're going to talk about it for. I'd say fast forward 10 minutes, but we don't know.
Yeah, it could be 20. Could be 3 minutes.
Could be 3.
Just, every once in a while, hit play. If you Parasite, and have fucking move on.
Yeah. But I love the way they built. It got so fun watching them build it family member by family member.
I know.
Going into this house.
But what was great is the reveal to me by the second family member. I'm like,
Oh, when the daughter came in?
When he brought the sister in. When he
The
brought
s-
the
yeah,
sister
the sister in,
I
yeah.
was like, oh, wait. Oh, my God. Is this a plan or did it just happen to fall out? But it turned out to start being a plan. And then I realized what the word parasite meant because it's like, basically a parasite kills you from within, right?
Yeah.
So
It's like an infiltrate.
Yeah, so they're infiltrating. So I'm like, oh my God, it just started to click. The whole thing started to click right like then, and I was like, oh, this is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it was so good that the acting was so great in it.
Really good.
Like it was like I'm sitting there because I didn't see it, and I saw a lot of schmoes on Facebook complaining that a foreign film won Best Picture. What now? I gotta go read.
Yeah,
You dummy.
Yeah, it's just so
what do you
dumb.
mean? It's a film by people.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Who cares?
Yeah,
Who cares?
exactly.
Like
That's what what bothers me. Hollywood we don't give a fuck about Hollywood, but now all of a sudden you do. Like, what, do you care about the industry and you don't give a fuck about? Who cares? If you think Hollywood is a bunch of elites patting each other on the back, cool. Then this shouldn't bother you.
Yeah.
This shouldn't even affect you. You should be just going through your life going, what? Oh, okay, I don't watch Hollywood. I don't care about Hollywood.
It should affect you zero. Should affect you zero. But the cinematography was awesome. The way that house they were shooting in was just beautiful architecture.
Absolutely.
And the way just how everything was like perfectly framed and just worked right. Like the way they framed everything, the lighting, and when that girl like took off her underwear,
right.
I was like, what a brilliant little move to
yes.
It was just such a good.
Yeah, it was like a subtle way. Because even to then you're like, what is?
Yeah, what is she doing?
Why?
I did not they had me guessing the whole time.
Correct. Yes.
I didn't see anything coming. Nothing coming. Especially once they were. It was so great when they're all in the house when they're all infiltrated, then they go away camping.
Yes.
And they're just like, we're gonna start.
Partying.
They're just living in a rich person's house,
Yes.
drinking their booze.
Like they were like, one day we'll live here. Like we'll live here now. We're living here now. Like, this is our house now. That's so. Right when they went to camping, I went to sleep, and then I woke up. Yes, and then last night I put it on. So my very first scene was the older housekeeper coming to the screen, talking and all beat up when she was like, "Let me in."
Oh yeah.
And I was like, that's when I came back to it.
Right.
So I came back to this. So I got to watch the whole setup, and then the whole yesterday was all that. The last part.
The last part when they find,
which was great.
The
which the basement,
bunker.
Yeah, that's amazing. It was awesome.
I don't want to give away anything in case people watch it, but definitely watch Parasite. I think it's one of the best movies.
And if you want to, can I give my take on this?
Yeah.
If you want to know why a foreign film, you can argue. The one guy I saw make an argument, they won best foreign film and then they won best overall film. I get that confusion of categories, like what these pictures weren't able to be in that category.
Right.
So I understand that, but it's a small little detail in the bigger picture. If you want to know why Parasite beat out all those other American films, because all those other American films, aside from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, have been done. They're not original. They weren't original.
Yeah.
The Joker, we've seen that guy before. We gave another Joker an award. Joker is just, we're done. All right?
Yeah.
Might have been a great movie, but it was done. Little Women, we read the book. We've seen these type of movies. It's not really, you're not breaking any ground with that. What else? What was the other one? 1917? Great, visually beautiful.
Yeah, that's the one I loved until I saw Parasite.
Right, but then you think about, it was a great story, but okay, is it so original?
No, this was so original.
That's my point.
So amazing. And the way they vote on the Academy Awards, so it's like so they get their nominations, like people vote to get who's ever going to be nominated. You just like put your numbers down.
Yeah.
So like when you have like your 10 films or whatever, you just number them. Like I think this one's first, this one's second, this one's third. So then they add up like, okay, this one. So like Parasite could be 2 on somebody's, 1 on somebody's. So whatever it's the highest in,
right,
it gets it. It's not like the number of votes.
Correct.
Unless it hits 50 number ones, it's automatically the best picture.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, right.
If it gets 50 number ones.
How many people vote?
I forget the number. I heard a breakdown. It was on some guy was on Ron Bennington this week, like one of like the movie critics.
Yeah.
And he like broke it all down how the voting works.
Okay.
And stuff like that. And we all know voting schmarmy and stuff. But when you watch the film, it's freaking amazing. And I've seen everything.
Right.
I've seen it. I was sitting there just like wowed the whole way. It was beautiful.
Right.
The acting was awesome. I mean, the way they showed, even in the beginning, the family searching for Wi-Fi and how important it is.
Absolutely.
And everything.
100%.
I mean, the blackmail of the sending the video with the phone. Just like these great little nuances, you know.
Like things that you didn't realize were setting up the theme of that end of the movie. Living where they live in the basement. The shit that they're going through. Remember the drunk guy peeing by their window all the time? Like, those little things, you don't realize that is playing in the dad's head the whole time. And then towards the end, when all the things start to break down and the father's playing his life versus this motherfucker's life.
Yeah.
And you guys are acting like you had it rough today because you had to come home early from your camping trip. Like, those things start to play. And you're like, now all those little things that he's been, like those hurdles in their life start to add up to make him who he is.
Yeah, and then when he was like, when they were dressed as Indians behind the bush, and he was like, "You're getting paid for this. This is work." And he was like,
absolutely.
Like that's when you saw him. Like,
no, yeah,
what?
Exactly. You don't treat me. No, and the smelling, he smelled that whole thing, and like his family just like what happened to their house with the floods and everything like that, and then like your family is like, hey, turn lemon into lemonade, and he's like, lemon into my fucking house is gone. I'm wearing someone else's clothes.
Yeah.
They fucking you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the stuff that started to play. And the beautiful thing is, it was so subtle. You didn't.
Right. You didn't.
It wasn't like him like. Dun, 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 dun. Like,
you weren't seeing it until you saw it.
Exactly.
The first inkling. I mean, I didn't see what happened.
Right.
But the first inkling that I knew he was getting annoyed was behind the bushes.
Right.
You know. Like, you saw him hurt when he was laying there, hearing that.
Yeah.
Hearing about the smell. How funny. But the laughs, the dark comedy element of
I know.
this. When he's going across the floor, then the kid puts on the spotlight and he's just stuck there. Oh, my God. It was like a perfect... Because I was sitting there watching thinking, they don't make dark comedies no more.
Right.
I can't think of the last dark comedy that
like a legit.
Like a legit. Like, what was that one with Jeremy Piven and... Was it who else was in it? In the 90s, where they go to Vegas and then that dark comedy where like just keeps getting worse and worse for them. And they kill the hooker.
I don't remember.
It'll come to me by the end of the podcast. But oh my God,
is that with Jay Moore?
Was Jay Moore in it? No. Let me fucking see if I can search it out real quick because it's gonna freaking kill me. But what else did you like about?
But what I just really, my point of the whole thing is, if you want to know why it stood out amongst all those other films, because of how it was shot, because of the
Very Bad Things.
Okay,
do you remember Very Bad Things?
I think one time.
I have to watch that again.
So this movie was so different. When you put it up against all those other movies, and well done, well acted, I mean, shot impeccably. Just the story was told amazingly, and you put it up against other great movies. What's the thing that's going to bump it to the top? Is how original it was.
So original. There was not one time where I thought this didn't deserve Best Picture.
Yeah, right.
It was a great movie, and it's even a rewatchable movie because even though you know what happens now, you can go back and kind of
see some of those things,
see some of the new things that were like tipping it off and everything.
Right.
But so I think that was as close to a spoil-free review of
you
Parasite, and we give it 2 thumbs up.
Because I loved, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I loved it.
Oh,
me
too.
The twist of that movie.
They're doing the director's cut 4-hour version that I can't wait because
really?
I was like, I wanted more of that. I love that movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Like if they told me there was gonna be a director's cut of The Irishman, I'd be like, I don't know, man. I loved it, but it definitely was long.
But The Irishman, you get a bunch of mooks, especially the mooks that complain about this movie. They're fucking Irishman fans, fucking retards. It's like. Yeah, great movie. It's a great movie, but what the fuck is it?
This girl from high school posted, when The Irishman came out and people were talking about it, she's like, you've seen one mob movie, you've seen them all.
It's not true.
Not true, but you kind of...
But especially when you use the same guys.
Yeah, I think we're desensitized to mob story.
Yeah.
And
half a story's been told. These stories have been told.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it wasn't a great movie and I enjoyed it, of course, but we're talking about what it's like if you're a fan of comedy and you go to a comedy club and you've got a guy saying stuff that makes you laugh. Ha ha ha! You laugh really hard.
Kind of makes you laugh. Ha ha ha! You know.
And then there's another person who makes you laugh just as hard as that person, but was fucking just different, man. You were like, man, that motherfucker was different.
You see it all the time. I've seen shows where you'll see a guy murder and the guy do, like, I'm talking on sound of laughs,
right?
Not well, and they're like, but he maybe been more creative, and they're like, oh man, I loved you,
right?
Like, yeah, I laughed harder there, but you just,
yeah, man, exactly.
You could always see that comic, you're like, he's not getting bigger laughs, but that guy's way smarter, man. That's some great comedy,
and he's good at the job. He's good with his fucking act outs. He's funny. No, he's not. He didn't murder like all you road hacks think is the only fucking thing in the game. Yeah. I get it. I think if you can be smart, if you're just smart and you're okay funny, I'm not going to really be interested in listening to you.
Yeah.
But if you're smart and funny and you road guy are just funny,
yeah.
Eventually this goes higher. This cream rises to the top and you just are just funny. And I get it. I get that life. I get being in that life.
Yeah.
But that's the difference in these movies. Yes, they were great movies, but when you're looking at 5 films, you're like, what is it that we can... This movie is totally different. And that's why it fucking beat all the movies, except for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I think out of all the other movies, all the movies was different as well.
Yeah, I loved it.
You know what I mean?
It was fun. Yeah,
and it was very unique. I loved the way they twisted it. I love what they did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love how they did that movie.
Yeah, that was I didn't get to see all of the Oscar movies, but I did see a lot of them. But I didn't get to see. I'm never
Marriage Story.
I saw that. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I like Marriage Story in hindsight when I thought about it.
Right.
Because when I was first watching it, I'm like, it's great acting, but I'm like, I feel like I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Divorce thing, but then you start thinking about it, and you're like, yeah, it just really drives home how unfair and how expensive divorce is.
Right.
I think that was like, I don't know if that was like their message, but like,
yeah.
like they really showed like these lawyers and how vicious they are.
Right.
With fucking just sucking you dry.
Right.
And not.
That was Laura Dern.
Yeah. What was her face was in it too?
Scarlett Johansson.
But Adam Driver, it was good. I don't think it was Best Picture good.
Right.
Like if you would have gave him Best Actor, I would have totally
been okay with that.
And any of them. Well, I think Laura Dern won for that.
Yes.
Yeah, any of them winning their category, I totally would have.
Right.
But like the subject matter, I felt I've seen before.
That's my point.
You know what I mean?
Like Little Women, it's probably very done artistically, and like the visuals of the old, the dresses and I'm sure it's all amazing stuff. But the story, we know the story. You've done nothing. It's Little Women.
Yeah, and I know my friend Ann, who's acting in that web series that I'm making. We were rehearsing, and she read Little Women, was like one of her favorite books, and she said she didn't like it because it was just so different from the book she remembered. Right,
but I mean, basically the story is the story.
Yeah.
And what have you done? These people wrote a story that no one's ever even saw coming out of left field, and that's got to be 10 points automatically.
Did you see 1917?
No. I'm just not interested in war movies.
No, but it won all the stuff it should have. All the technical stuff, the cinematography.
Yeah, right.
Of course, yeah. Best Picture, wouldn't have been mad if it did, but I had not seen Parasite at that point.
Right.
You know what I mean? Parasite, it totally it deserved it.
Right.
But I didn't get to watch really the Oscars because of all that shit with the dog.
Yeah.
But I saw a little bit. I saw Chris Rock at the beginning, and that was fun. Him and Steve Martin. Steve Martin you could just tell he's just such a brilliant, even off the cuff.
Yes. Yeah.
That dude is just got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was good. The Maya Rudolph and Kristen Wiig, their presentation.
I heard it was good. I didn't see it.
So funny.
Yeah.
So funny because they go and they start acting, like trying to like, and they're like, there's a lot of movie makers and casting directors and agents and directors in here, so they start acting, like, so they're like auditioning basically.
Oh, okay.
and then they're like, then the second thing they presented, they were like, start to talk, and like, you know what, we could talk or we could sing, and and they sang some of the nominations. They're funny, and then Will Ferrell and Dreyfus.
Julia Louis. They were good?
Yes.
I got to go watch all the clips on YouTube. I just ran out of time.
When they did their second thing that they were presenting was film editing. So the first one they come out and they're like, the first one was cinematography. The cinematography, and he was like, they were like, we know very much. We know a lot about cinematographers. We're in the movie business. We know a lot about cinematographers, and they were like, we know that the cinematographer is solely responsible for knocking on our trailers to let us know it's time to go to set. Like, we know cinematographers are in charge of all the little snacks, like things that they're not in charge of. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then the second thing they presented was now we're presenting for editing, and Will Ferrell's like, we know what editors do. Yeah, they cut all of my scenes out of movies. That's what they do. And, and he's like, it was actually Ford, Ferrari, and Farrell. But they edited it out so much. He goes, I'm still in some of the artistic stuff, but in some of the artwork. And he's like, to be honest with you, I really don't like this category. Like,
I like that Chris Rock joke, like Ford versus Ferrari. He's like, I've had a Ford
and I have a Ferrari. It ain't even close.
Ain't even close. I wanted to watch that one too, but to rent it was like $20. I was like, I can go to a matinee in the theater for $7.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to see that.
That's something I want to see in the theater, though. Yeah, a race of cars and shit like that.
I don't want to see it. Nothing about that makes me go, I got to see this.
Yeah.
I would say modern. What is it? Marriage Story.
That's a Netflix one. So
I would watch that.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely.
So, like, my take on the thing, I'm just looking at just the basics of all those movies. I know that the story's not that original, and then watch Parasite again. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, to me, it's extremely original.
Yes.
But comparingly, you're just going to get that bump, especially if you're looking at it like industry nerds. You get, how can your movie, you got Leo, you got Brad Pitt, you know what I'm saying? You got, who else is in that movie? Fucking Margot Robbie. I mean, how is that movie not successful?
Yeah.
And then you get the Asians in the basement that no one's ever seen before.
I never knew I had a foot fetish until I saw Margot Robbie in that movie.
She has her feet out?
Yeah, the movie theater and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, I think I just formed...
She had her feet up on the movie theater?
I thought it was her feet.
No, you're talking about the other girl who put her foot up on
Brad
Pitt's fucking...
I thought it was Margot Robbie's dirty feet.
No, it's the girl, the broad that is at the mansion. The one that Brad Pitt takes to the mansion.
And not Margot Robbie at all?
No,
I have to rewatch it again.
Yeah.
But whatever. Whoever's feet, I said I think I've pinpointed the day.
The hippie feet.
I think it was I pinpointed the day I got a foot fetish.
Margot Robbie's beautiful, everything about her. I don't like feet, but I probably would like her feet.
Yeah. Probably. I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Anything she does.
If I'm a betting man.
Anything she does, I can just watch.
Yeah.
She
was great in Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, great.
People were bitching that she wasn't in Once Upon a Time in America enough. Like people that are like the female actor, like feminists. Were like, Tarantino had mostly male scenes for these women. Like it's like, why don't you shut the fuck up and make your own fucking movie? Like, why does everyone have to? Why does everything have to be represented to like the perfect number to satisfy you? It's like I'm sure she got paid what she gets paid.
And I'm sure she enjoyed the film, and like she read the script, and like, what are we supposed to do here? How many every page has got to be equal? I get that's the thing I wanted to, in the Mike's hot take corner or whatever.
Oh, you want to do Mike's hot
we
corner?
Don't have to. It doesn't really.
It started right now. We could get a graphic come in, fire.
You need to do the sound effects.
I'm going to cut that out.
Okay.
And I'm gonna...
No, don't cut that out. That's the
okay. That'll be it.
That's it.
Mike's hot corner. I'll just throw flames out of my hands.
It's not really. It was just a conversation about like inclusion and representation in film and life in general. And I understand that it needs to happen. It's very important. But at some point, I think we also have to be like, great. We also want it to be like merit, not just. Well, let's make sure we have enough, broad films nominated. It's like
that makes you do what you're trying to not do.
Correct.
By saying we need to represent this many things, you're actually shutting out people that may have earned it on their. You know what I mean? Like I get your point. I get you. You feel like there's these other.
No, listen, there needs to be, and it's half of the people who watch this, regular people, you don't understand, you really don't understand inclusion if you have a problem understanding how important it is. You have representation. You don't understand how important it is if every time, for instance, let's just go back 30 years. Like I used to say, I've said this on the podcast before, watch that show, What's My Line, from the 40s and 50s, and the women will come on, and their job, like I remember this one woman's job was like airplane mechanic, and as they put it down, airplane mechanic, and the audience was just like, it's like in the 40s, you know what I'm saying? A black one, the audience was like, what? Like just it's shocked, right? That this woman was an airplane mechanic. They did not guess. The judges could not guess, and at the end, the reveal, airplane mechanic, the fucking judges. Well, the two women are like, oh my, an airplane mechanic, what? It was so mind-blowing to them.
Right.
Because no women were airplane mechanics. So when a little girl, 10 years old, sees a man working on a plane and goes, I want to do that, that looks pretty cool. People are going to look at her and go, no, women don't do that. And she's like, okay. And I guess they will never have that dream because you never see the women doing the job.
Right.
Then you start seeing people doing it. Then the dream can enter your brain like, oh, there's a basketball league for women? Oh, I want to play basketball. There is no basketball league for women. Oh, then I don't really want to play basketball, I guess.
Right, yeah.
Right? So, like, you have to show that they're represented and that they are a part of this whole process. And it's taking time, and you're probably going to cut people out to include other people. Eventually, it's got to balance itself out. And to me, what I'm saying is that you got to at least say, we want all the best quality. Give me 10 of your best quality entrants. Give me 10 of them. 10. Oh, 4 of them were women, 6 were men. Okay, that's the way that was. 2 were black, 8 were white. That was the best. I didn't choose it based on you being black or based on you being a woman.
Right.
I choose it based on these best 10 movies that were submitted. I think that's the way it should be. And if this time around there was 8 men, 2 women, you just got to be like, all right, well, women didn't give us the best work this year. I mean, it's not
right. Exactly. It's like if you want blind voting results where it's like these are the films, and it's like like they always make it like it's like they won't put someone in because they're a woman. I don't know if I'm not that cynical to believe they go that.
I don't know
hard.
If it's that way anymore. It was. That's why they had to fight so hard. And I do believe they're going to still run into problems. Of course, there's still dead ends they're going to hit because they're women. I know you got to at least know that if you're black, you probably got it a little harder in certain areas. Of course, you got to know that.
Right, but it's also like it's a numbers thing. Just like, just like in comedy, it's like, there's not a lot of female comics. Right. But it's like, but there's more male comics.
Right.
And more and female and we know being a comedian especially takes so many years to get like good.
Right.
That women sometimes may stop to have babies or have like some break in their thing and may not develop. I don't know. There's a lot more factors that play into
what I'm saying is go back to what I was saying about the airplane pilot. It's now becoming more evident that women can do comedy, right? So other new women are coming into the game.
Yeah.
Coming in, so it's starting to fluctuate. I mean, flood. I don't know what you would say with
flood.
A flood of women are coming in to the game, right? There's a lot more women comics than when I started.
Well, just like Ronda Rousey when she was in UFC kicking ass because there wasn't a lot of competition women.
Right.
And then the young girls watching her started training. Now there's a boatload of women and, it's a real thing. There's stars.
Right.
There's women UFC stars, not just...
Right. So now women can see that they can do that, and they're going to try to do that. So more women are seeing that females can be comedians. More women are going to see that I can make a great film. Right?
Right.
But when it comes to the Oscars and you're limiting it down to 10 movies, you can't say, well, 6 of them got to be women. No, they don't have to be women. They have to be the best. Yeah. And I'm not saying a woman's not able, or of course a woman is able to make... All 10 movies can be women made. Of course it could be. But produce it.
Well, because the problem is they always overcorrect then. It was like when Denzel finally won.
Right.
Now, he should have won 3 times before that.
Right.
But whatever,
Yeah.
But then they gave him Training Day, which he was good in, but it wasn't his best work. But even if I go watch his speech again, he almost like alluded to like this being like a...
Like you threw me a bone?
Like it threw me a bone.
Yeah.
Because like, let's like harp on it this year.
Right.
And then next year we'll overcorrect.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like, I think him and Halle Berry, I think she got Best Actress. I think it was like all the same year. It's like, let's just get it out of...
Right.
Let's just get it out of the way.
It is, but it is...
But I feel that to be worse.
It is worse, but it probably wouldn't look any different even if it was done organically. It probably wouldn't look different to the aesthetics because it's been so one-sided for so many years that as soon as you put 1 or 2, it's going to look like they just forced it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but a lot of people do wait a long time. It was Laura Dern's first one.
I know.
That was Brad Pitt's first one for acting.
I know.
It's like, there's some actors that just never get it.
Right. No, that's the thing, though. That's what I'm trying to say is that in this elite, when you get to the top 10, that's got to be the best. It can't be about anything else anymore.
Yeah.
If they're picking the top 10 out of 100 movies, flood it with as much diversity as you can get. But when it comes to the top 10, this can't be picked diversity, merits. The pool was diversity. Now the best is the best, regardless of what.
They even expanded it to 10 to help that out.
Right, I know.
It used to be like 4 or 5 or whatever. It was like nothing.
But I do also, and I've said this about a lot of things, the pendulum will have to swing far over.
Yeah.
Just to overcreate. It will always, for everything, it has to do that. And it's like, but I'm talking about, these guys who are like inclusivity, representation, man. It's like watching Comedy Central, and you see it's mostly younger comics, right? And you can all sit there and go, they're not that funny, and they're probably not. Some of them are not that funny, the acts.
Yeah, but they look better on TV.
They look, and they're younger, and it's just the fact is that that's what they look for, right? So you can say as a person, as an older person like me, I'm not represented in that. Any of that channel doesn't represent me.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. So will someone say, you can go in line, there's a line for Comedy Central, they're looking to pick out specials. I'm probably not going to put my special in that line because I figure I'm not going to win. I'm not even going to get chosen because that doesn't represent who I am. So my dreams of being on that channel, they're not there, right?
Right.
So if someone continually watches the Oscars and all these awards and never see an Asian or a black person or a woman, Spanish people, if you constantly never see it, you're going to be like, well, I guess there's no reason to go into there because it's not, my people aren't represented. It looks like we don't have a shot. However, it's changing, and it is changing, and it should be now. It should be merit based and not based on anything else. And that does, and I hate that because of not no in particular, but let's say a black film doesn't make it to the final films. Oh, it's because they're black. I don't know if it's always necessarily that. No. Maybe the movie just isn't that good. Maybe it wasn't that original.
Yeah.
Maybe you did the story already. We heard the story already. Yes, it's brilliant, done, acted brilliant, told beautifully. That it's just not enough to go here.
But there's politics in everything. There's, the award season. It's, they talk about it for years. It's like a campaign. They take out ads. They try and take like people out to dinner and schmooze them. All businesses are like that. Entertainment business, everything. Everything's who you know, not who the best is.
Right.
I mean, you could see it even on the low level of comedy. It's just like who you know.
Right.
It's just easier that way. I want to deal with people I know. It's like It's
but
just the way it works.
But I just think if you flood the pool with diversity, then whatever pops to the top, it can't be, well, it's only the pool's full of white people and we're pulling out the 10 whites.
Yeah.
The pool is diverse and we're just pulling out the best. And the best is, 4 white dudes, 3 black guys, and 4 women.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, there's your diversity right there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was the best. I think not feeling included is because the pool is still very not very dark or diverse.
Right. The issue is you need more black filmmakers.
Right.
You need more opportunities to make movies.
But where's the incentive?
But the incentive shouldn't be to win Academy Awards.
No.
The incentive should be
to make a great
to be like, the prize is being able to be a filmmaker.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's the prize.
100%.
That's all just glory and good icing. But like, I mean, I even heard like Tyler Perry and stuff talk about that. It's like he wants to just give more opportunity to make movies.
Opportunities.
As far as awards, that shouldn't even matter.
But that's what I'm saying. It ain't about the top. I'm talking about the pool of just throwing in my project. This is what I did. I'm proud of this. We made this. Boom. Check it out, people. We get our thing is thrown into the ether of the world. You guys get to see our creation.
Yeah, and we made money. It's our business.
Yeah, it's our art.
It's our livelihood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is what we did. And now, wherever it goes into the system, it goes into the system.
Because real creative people just do it anyway.
Correct.
Accolades aside, we all love accolades. You want to be recognized for the work you do. You do. That's everyone's dream, is to be thought of in the highest level in your field with the biggest award. Yes, but it's not why you do it.
No, not in this kind of game.
It shouldn't be in any endeavor.
No, but if you're working at a company and you're fucking trying to get up that ladder just so you can get the reward, so you can get more money, sometimes it's a little less about pride in doing and more about the receiving end. This art takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears before you see any rewards. So if you're only in it for rewards, it's a long road for you.
Well, it's just like they say it all the time. Even when I was studying film in college, like if you're doing this to make money, like if your goal is I want to be like a millionaire producer, director, you can't do it for the money. You got to create because you like doing it.
And I think 99%, mostly everyone who's creating is doing it because they love it.
Yeah,
and it's just
but you'll see the bitter ones, the people that aren't in that, the people that are in it for the fame.
Right,
I've seen it with comics. Let's put it this way: I know people that used to try and make short films and do that, and they weren't making boatloads of cash.
Right,
they're selling mortgages.
Right. Correct.
You know what I mean? Like they just gave up totally because they couldn't be the top. Mm-hmm. They didn't want to grind it out. And they couldn't even settle being in the middle. Because let me tell you, there's a good lifestyle in the middle. And there's a good lifestyle not being well known in the middle.
Who I was talking to Jackie Byrne when you were on stage, and it was before the show started, and we were talking about that show we did on Friday. 500 people in a gymnasium at a school.
Yeah. Lights
on, no spotlight. Just, like what we do, normal, probably 75% of the shows that we do are that, right?
Yeah.
Then the other 25 are great clubs or a casino.
A little theater sprinkled in here and there.
Yeah, the other 25%. So you do those and you freaking love it because it's like comedy.
Yeah.
And then you do these things because it's part of what we do, or we won't. So I have always said, since day one, no one had to tell me this, and I have to learn it from anybody. It was in my soul that if I'm not okay with this being the ceiling of my success, then get the fuck out now. Now, it was before I was doing them. Right. Before I was doing firehouses. I said, if I'm not okay with that being the ceiling of my success, then don't do it now. Because 90% of the people in this game, that's the ceiling.
Right.
And if you are only getting into it because you want to go that you think you deserve to be up here, then leave.
Yeah.
And I think that's with anything. And you're creating because you love to create. And before you know it, so when you take your eye off of that shit, that's when stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? It's when when every move you make is so you can...
Is to get something.
To get something. I mean, that's right. You run into that guy in the city. You're like, oh, where you going? And he's like, I just coming from work. I sell insurance. You're like, okay. You gave up because you weren't getting
because everyone wants to go to 1 million. They don't want to build.
No.
They want to go for, like, even you see people start a podcast, you see them give it up after like 50 episodes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, we're not Joe Rogan yet. It's like, but you just got to do it because you enjoy making fun content.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, money would be great, but it's like, you're talking in the microphones, having a good time.
Right.
Who gives a, it could, you know what I mean? It's like, you got to be okay with the journey, with the fuck. Like, what was it? Years ago. I think it was like, I only remember it was like around 7 years ago because a photo of the night came up on my we were in Comedy Cellar with Gino Bisconte and James on Gino's birthday.
Yeah.
And there was a dude there, another comic.
Okay.
It was like me and Gino were doing Gino's picks then. for a few years, for a lot of years actually, and he's like, "Why do you guys still do it? Like, what do you like? We make money off it.
Right.
We did it for years, making no money. We didn't make any money off Gino's Picks for probably 4 years.
Right.
We've been doing it 12 years. We've been making money ever since, every year.
Yeah.
But like, we're not big. We're a little YouTube show.
Yeah.
It makes a little bit of scratch during the football season.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like I can count on this money every football season. And he's like, why do you even bother? It's like, because we have a great time.
Right.
We just love making it.
Right.
Yeah, we're not rolling in it, and we may never.
Right.
Someone may never pick it up, but you know what, man? We get some scratch, and it's like you just want to tell the guy, it's like, what are you sitting on?
Right.
That you're like going to make a boatload of money on. Like, how are you ever going to find that if you don't start doing projects?
Right.
Because like every project leads to the next thing.
Well, like you know who I use as an example is Vic DiPotato, right?
Yeah.
I use him as an example all the time. Alexis Guerrero, you know Alexis comedian?
Yeah.
So I saw Alexis a couple of weeks ago, right? And we were talking
He
about...
got a successful podcast.
Correct. We were talking about his podcast. We were talking about his podcast, just him and his friend talking about soccer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the hooligans, right?
Yeah.
And they were talking about soccer. It was just them two. And it started out small. And it was niche. But they enjoy soccer, so they talked about soccer. And now they're on a cable network. It's a live television show now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They're brought to these soccer games around the world to do this thing. And it all started because they enjoyed it, and they just kept putting it out. And they just kept doing it because they loved doing it. And it turned into something because they loved it. So I was talking about Vic DiPotato and all his videos prior to Bread and Milk.
Yeah.
6 views, 9 views, 22 views, 11 views. All of them. He makes the Bread and Milk video and decides he almost wants to delete it because he thought it was corny and stupid. But he put it up because he puts stuff up every day, and he figured, I got something for the day. Let me just throw it up in the the universe and see what happens. He doesn't think that he's going to get there's 80 million views on that video, even more, 100 million. Oh. It's insane. It's insane how many views. That next week it was used on every news channel.
Every time it snows, that video is played.
Every time it snows, there's someone on your Facebook will always share it. It's like the first time they saw it. All right?
Yeah.
But all the videos prior to that had 3, 4, 6, 9 views. He didn't just say, fuck it, this sucks, it's not working. He just did it because that's what he does. He did not know that what's happened to his life since then was even a possibility. He was just doing it to do it.
Yeah.
And that's it. So you just keep doing it to do it. Don't go on Facebook. It's like when Dane Cook was successful in MySpace. Everybody's like, "Oh, that's how you do it?" Like, no, that's how he did it. That's not how it's done. That's how he did his thing.
Yeah, but what Dane Cook did is actually what Andrew Schultz does now.
Right.
Dane Cook was giving out his material for free on all those torrent sites. Here's my CD.
Yeah.
He recorded a CD at the Houston Laugh Stop. That first CD, he wound up still selling to Comedy Central. He gave it away for free.
Right.
Just share with your friends.
Right.
People were like, whoa. Especially then, they weren't used to getting free content.
Right.
It's like, whoa, and then that build it. You know what I mean? That's the
but to Andrew's taking it and doing it
with YouTube and videos.
With the modern day technology.
With a modern twist.
But what I'm saying is like people see Vic DiPotato's videos and be like, I'm going to do that. And you see all these hacks that do the same thing. Some dumb rant about like, Madonna, give it to the beef. Like fucking dumb Italians, all Italian guys making the same thing, thinking you're going to do what Vic did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get 1,200 views and you think you just fucking killed it. Like, Vic didn't do it for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it just happened. Keep putting stuff up there. I mean, think of your own thing that you want to do and just keep doing it because you love doing it.
Yeah. No, listen, I'm sure Alexis and his partner, there was probably a lot of soccer podcasts out there, but they did it because they like talking about
That's
soccer.
it
Wasn't like, man, there's so many soccer podcasts. Why are we going to bother?
No.
It's like, no, but there's no soccer podcast with us on it.
Right.
We have a different personality.
Right.
We have a different, They
talk about food. They had like a food one that they were doing, like he was doing, like walking, like he said, like he took some things that he enjoys doing. I mean, fucking puts it out there. And one thing I picked up from the Food Network for a couple of days, and then just didn't go anywhere, and he stopped doing that. But he stayed with his podcast. He just kept doing his podcast, and then it just built and built and built. He kept putting it out there. He didn't go, we only have 1,800 downloads. He just did it.
Yeah.
And that's so, I mean, I can be guilty of that because I'll put up a couple of videos here and there. You look and you only got 20 views, 18 views. You're like, it gets like
discouraging.
Discouraging because you're like, what am I doing?
But I spoke to someone in marketing, and he said you got to feed the algorithm. The more you feed your social media, the more it feeds it to people.
Right.
Like if you're a sporadic poster, your stuff gets nothing.
Right.
But that's why you see people constantly even you'll see people even sharing the same clips over and over again.
Yeah.
You shared it one day, but only 48 people saw it. If you share it again, maybe a different 250. Maybe those same 48 people will see it again. But you just got to keep putting your stuff out there. Right. You can't assume I post this this 1 minute chunk of my act, and if it doesn't go viral off this send, then no,
No, I get it.
You know what I mean? But to go back to people in Hollywood not getting the awards and stuff. Yeah, you like to be recognized. It could be discouraging if you don't get recognized for your work. I mean, even in stand-up, it's like you see people blow smoke up your ass all the time. Dude, you're so funny. You're so this. You're so that. But then certain people just don't want to use you.
Right.
You're like, but no, I'm killing. I'm doing this. These other clubs like me. What? You know what? Who knows why?
Right. Exactly.
You can't be focused on that. You just gotta fucking go forward.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm doing a 50-seater in Hanover, PA, in June for mediocre money. The guy apologized, but he's just starting his new club. I'm like, you know what, man? I just want to go work. I want to go work. I want to headline your room. I want to meet these new people that live in your town and let them see my act.
Right.
And if 50 people come that night, I want 50 Instagram followers to come watch my podcast.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I know Hollywood ain't in Hanover, PA.
No, yeah, right.
But I'm moving my ball forward.
Right.
I don't know. It's just that's the way you got to be. I just don't like when you see it in comedy too. People they try and pressure things into happening.
Yeah.
By shaming. Oh, you're not using this. You're not doing that. You're not diverse. You're not that. It's just be funny. The only thing should be funny.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, 100. No, yeah, absolutely.
Because that's one thing. Comics never put that into the equation either. When they feel or any artist, like you said, you may not be as good as you think you are. Yeah, you're getting laughs, but you may not be original laughs. You're not somebody asked me one time, "Do you think comedy's an art?" I go, when some people do it. Mm-hmm. Some people do it in a very artistic way. There's certain comics that are man, that's art what they do.
I'm getting up again.
Okay. Yeah. But not all.
Right.
No,
I don't. I mean, I think some people are Picasso, and some people are paint by numbers, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think there's some people who do the artwork like jazz, like a Chappelle is artistically, the way he works is art. And then there's some guys who are a little less fucking pizzazz when it comes to their artwork. They're funny, they do jokes. But I think the whole thing, I think every aspect, it's an art to be funny on purpose.
Yeah.
I think it's an art to tell a story in a way that builds and pops.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
There's an art to that. There's an art to looking at your act and going, this would be, if I tell a story here, then I can come back to here. That takes art. That takes talent, and it's an art to be able to tell a story that makes people go in on this ride. So to me, then there's some guys who aren't even doing that. There's some guys just blah, 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 here's more funny. You know what I'm saying? That's not really.
No, there's some artistic thing to creating it. But you
don't want that.
When I was thinking of that
art, I get.
I was thinking that a guy like T.J. Miller. And that dude kills, sells out theaters. He ain't nobody doing what he's doing.
Right.
That motherfucker goes on stage with trombones.
Yeah, no, he's
right. Water balloons, and it's not some hacky prop act. It's just this most original. Mm-hmm. I can't even explain. It's comedy, but you're
right, 100%.
Talk about someone being unable to be stolen from.
Right. Yeah.
Rolling up with a trombone. Nah, it's my own thing. I know it's kind of similar, but
he's the kind of guy who'll stay on stage and just take a topic and just go silly and outrageous with it.
That's it. So his mind is different than 99% of comedians.
Correct.
He's in that 1% of comics that are just ultra.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Right.
That's what you appreciate. That's when someone asks you the art question, I was thinking of someone of that level.
Correct.
Like Chappelle. He's just dude goes on, does 3 hours, and people don't leave.
Right.
You show me one person that can attempt 2 hours.
Without going to the bathroom?
Without going to the bathroom.
I don't know if there's many of that out there, Not going to the bathroom.
Not going to the bathroom.
In 2 hours?
If you want to get that joke, go to my YouTube page and watch. Masterclass Italian Comedy. Search that out on YouTube.
Right.
That's got like 2.4K views.
Bathroom.
Nobody goes to the bathroom.
Nobody goes to the bathroom when I'm on stage. Ugh. Yeah, because they throw up in their mouth. You fucking hack.
Oh, my God. You fucking hack. So that was your hot corner?
Well, my hot. I mean, basically, because you hear people, shitting on the political correctness. It's just in the whole. It's award season, so we get the posts of fucking Hollywood liberals doing it, and it's like, oh my God, man, it doesn't bother. Here's what what's ironic is any Hollywood celebrity that speaks out should shut the fuck up and do that thing. But when James Woods has anything to say, we got to fucking listen.
I always took exception to people that said. Now, the only time I agree with people should shut up is when I go to a rock concert.
Oh, during the show?
Like, I saw Pearl Jam, like, in the 90s, and he did this speech where I'm like, can we just play Even Flow?
Yeah.
Like, can we get the fuck out of here?
Yeah.
I'm not here for that. Especially in my 20s, I could care less.
Right.
About
I think
politics.
it's a different time
a different
now for
era
20s.
now. But back then, you were like, is this social studies class? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean?
Social studies. That's the lowest form of education.
Yeah.
This is social studies. Like,
Yeah. It was just so annoying. But, like, people go, why do actors feel the need to, like, speak about something political, like, on that? Because they have a platform.
Right.
Because their eyeballs are on them.
right.
Your 40 followers listen to what you spew.
Yeah, and you spew it every day.
You spew it. Why are you doing it?
Why do you think you have a
Why do you
fucking
think you
voice?
have a At least this guy's at least trying to help people.
Right.
Like they were shitting on Joaquin Phoenix for doing his vegan thing.
right.
But so what? Listen, man, I agree with veganism. I don't want to do it.
Exactly.
But I don't care that you want people to do it.
And it's just like, why? Another thing, it's like, like how you. And I'm not using this. I'm just using it as an example. Black Lives Matter. No, all lives matter. It's like, how come I can't agree with all lives do matter? Of course, duh. But this is a cause I'm trying to support. This cause, like I believe in, animal rights. Well, what about veterans laying in the street? I'm like, no, totally. But is it all right if I believe
I do have the ability to care about multiple things.
Is it all right if I do that? Or I only can speak up for the things you think?
No, you have to get it all in the same speech. You got to cover everybody.
It's like a lot.
I know. They only have a few minutes.
It's like
they got to pick their thing that
So
night.
do you write letters to the Cancer Society going, hey, what about fucking people with heart disease? Like, they're focusing on cancer. You got a group that focuses on heart disease.
Yeah, that's what we want to tell these assholes. Like,
Holy
isn't it better
shit.
if this person focuses on one
Let
thing
him focus on the thing.
powerfully instead of spreading himself thin across 4 different?
And I'm sure he believes in all the stuff. It's just like even Joaquin said, like we're all pretty much here we all kind of agree with being good people, right?
Yeah.
It's like so.
I thought there was nothing wrong with his speech. I thought it was great.
No, well, he was a liberal, fucking Hollywood elitist telling us that we're wrong because they don't feel like that. So they feel it personal. They take it personal, and then they talking about like, yeah, fucking talk about cows and milk. Who gives a fuck? Well, maybe there's some that do, man. Is it okay that he may be talking to the people who do? You're not one of them. But because he's not talking about the things you care about, he's a piece of shit, garbage human. How about he's just doing this thing and you do that thing? Yeah. Why is this thing wrong because he didn't mention your fucking flag? I don't understand it. It's just the truth is because you don't believe in any of this stuff. So to you, it's stupid and it's fucking faggot. That's all it is. And you have, anytime somebody's speaking up, you automatically take it personal because you think they're talking about you and your imperial leader. And they're not always. Sometimes they're just talking about things they believe in.
Yeah. I'm glad I don't support anybody because anybody can be made fun of on the internet and I don't have to feel the need to defend them.
I know.
I support nobody on that level.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it's hey, let me give you my counterpoint.
Yeah.
Like, I posted something recently. I forgot what it was, but somebody I don't even know because it was public.
Right.
Commented, and I go, Jesus Christ, does everything need a counterpoint?
Right.
It was a picture of a little girl on her cell phone, and her grandfather was there, and it says girl's running out of time. She just doesn't know it yet.
I saw that.
Which was a nice, powerful thing. And this one guy goes, yeah, well, maybe they had a great conversation before. Maybe he doesn't mind. And then somebody goes, someone sounds like they're guilty.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, any of that could happen.
Yeah.
But that's not the message of this.
Is it all right if there's a message to it?
You know that this is an issue in our world with people being disengaged.
Correct.
It was just a very poignant way to put it. With a little girl wasting her, she has this grandfather here that's not going to be here longer.
Correct.
It's like you're like nothing. It doesn't all have to be an argument,
and it's not.
Like, you know the point it's making.
Yeah, it's not even about this. It's this, but making a general statement that hey, get off your phones because you never know how long this is going to be.
Right,
That's
you never
message.
know. Life is short. And it's like, oh, so you're going to argue with me? Okay, so what? If you're out with your granddaughter, you're going to be like, don't talk to me. Get on your phone.
Right.
I only have a little time left, and I don't want to spend it with you.
Yeah.
He's like, maybe they have a great relationship. I go, it's not about their relationship. You
so fucking dumb.
Argue. And he wound up deleting it because I was just like,
that's so dumb, man.
Like, you're so stupid. Like, everyone was like, wow, powerful. Wow, I got to think about this because we're all guilty of it.
Yeah, that's all it really was.
It's real. We're all guilty of it.
It's just a little thing.
Like, even I've been trying to be better, even when I'm home, where it's like just being more just aware, just being more in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you could get zombied out by it. And that's all it was. You're acting like, I was like, that's the way I'm going to argue with people now. It's like, nothing, does it all have to be an argument? Like, I don't need your point. Like, I post this. It
was just a message of.
It was a great meme that I thought hit me hard.
It wasn't about this old dude and that little girl's personal lifestyle. We don't even know who the fuck they are. We're just talking about the general thing. They may never talk.
Yeah.
Maybe.
This picture don't tell the whole story.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
We don't want the whole story.
We don't want their story. We just took this. I took a picture of when I was in L.A. I was sitting at this restaurant, and right across from me was these two old people, probably like in their 70s, both newspapers up in their face, the wife and the husband. And I was like, yeah, you kids, get off your cell phones and pay attention to us. But they're not paying attention.
Yeah.
They're not even paying attention. Like, I made a joke about that.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I'll get off my cell phone if you get off your prehistoric tablet. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, because you're basically on a tablet as well.
Yeah.
And it was just a joke about how old people hate that you're in the phone,
Yeah.
but they're in the paper.
Right.
That's
yeah,
all
there
it
was a few memes like that. There's one of everyone on a train reading a paper on their way to work, and then there was one with, back in like the 50s, a father reading a paper, kid playing by himself with Jack's mother watching TV, and it said, look at people back in the day, in the moment, living life.
Yeah. Right.
No,
exactly.
it's like
exactly.
The mother had her fucking novel. Everyone has their thing.
You think we're all supposed to be 24/7 in each other's face? Of course not. But that meme is just showing that we do tend to get lost in technology. The younger generation, especially, don't even realize that they should make an effort to not be in their technology.
Right.
They don't even realize that that's.
I used to think about that, like, even before technology, when my grandpa was getting old. Like, I used to take him out to the diner before I had a phone that my face was sunk in. And it's like,
yeah.
I didn't even have a phone, but I was still just so busy with my life, I wasn't going to see him.
Right.
And you're like, oh man, I should really.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm hanging out with my boys for like the 5th day in a row.
Yeah.
Just noodling guitar, like just blowing time.
Right.
You know what I mean? We weren't really creating art. We weren't really moving the ball forward.
Right.
It was the equivalent of sitting in the phone, but we were just in my friend's basement, like playing Comfortably Numb for the 4,000th time. You know what I mean? No, we're not going to be rock stars. Go see your family, Joe. See your family, or write a song.
Right. Yeah.
There's so many years of wasted.
Yeah, but that's the.
But it's not a waste. You're just. I'm starting to get to the thing. There is no waste of life. You're just living your life moment to moment.
Correct.
There's not like, oh, you wasted this day.
No.
You wasted your day if you were hurting people and like.
That's why, like,
you know,
like when somebody's like in a relationship and like they break up 10 years later, like, you know what, man, all that fucking opportunity I didn't take advantage of, like, of women. I'm like, no, man, because in the moment you were. That's not where you were. You can't look back and go like, oh, such wasted times. No, it's not.
Yeah, because in your movie script in your head, it was going to work out with all these other women.
Yeah. Huh?
In the movie script in your mind, you thought it was going to...
But at the time, when you didn't take advantage of... Because you were in love with your woman, and you were in that was what was happening right there. Your life was perfect. So why would then be the time to destroy it? So now you can look back and go, I remember that one time that girl, I should have took it. Why? Were you miserable and unhappy? No, you were in love. You can't look back and sit there and blame like, oh, this bitch cheated on me. I should have cheated on her. Like, well, you didn't, because that's not who you were at the time. Like that's where your heart wasn't there. Like you're in.
Yeah, they always think it was. Whenever people break up, they're like it was a waste of time.
No,
but it's only because it's so weird. It's like only like loving relationships, sexual relationships are like that. It's like. How many friends I've had in my life? I've had friends that were like, I'm talking like everyday friends for like 8 years.
Right.
And then for whatever reason, no fights, no nothing, we drifted off, and I don't even talk to them no more. I don't even know where they're at right now.
Yeah.
But we had a blast.
Yeah.
But I don't say that was a waste of 8 years hanging out with that guy.
Right.
But for whatever reason, when we have this attachment to someone on that level, the hurt is so much because it's... You're like, I wasted those years. No, you had a great fucking time.
Well, my daughter, when I broke up with one of my girlfriends, my daughter came up to me and I was crying. Me and the girl were only together probably 10 months, whatever it was, but it was sad. I was hurt, maybe 11 months. I was hurt.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck, man, I was so sad. And my daughter was like, Dad, did you have a good time for the last 11 months? And I was like, yeah, man, I loved every minute of it. She's like, well, then.
That's it.
Then you had it. You did it.
That's it.
You did the thing.
You did the thing. Yeah, your life's better because of it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was a fun. I remember like I had summer romances that were great, and I don't look back and be like, oh, that was a waste of fucking July and August of '97.
You're right. You're right.
No, we had a fucking blast.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And she's got a good life today. I got a good life today.
Right.
Everyone's cool. But you see, like, fucking, what I could have been doing. You would have been doing nothing.
You're doing exactly.
You would have been doing. You would have had
this.
the same kind of relationship with a different girl.
Yeah.
With different issues that are in the same way, because you are you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Fucking no, it's true. True.
Can I do one of my?
Yeah, it's your podcast too, man. You can do whatever the fuck you want. This is our podcast. You could fucking change the subject. You could make a new section. You could do whatever.
I know
you
the
want.
time is. I want you to be able to,
Yeah, no, we're still good on time.
Okay.
We'll end on whatever you're about to.
So I've been doing the stupid memes thing, and I was maybe wanting to do them daily, but maybe I'll always have one for this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to do it, and I want to do it more professional, like not more professional, but just a little. More planned out versus me rambling, with no thought process to it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But this one would probably be me rambling with no process to it.
That's fine. We can put it up on the screen.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I think I told you about this. I did tell you about it, but I'm going to pull the meme up.
For the audio people, you'll have to go to the YouTube video to watch what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
you'll hear the meme. But if you want the visual.
I'm going to tell you what the meme is, but I'm just... Maybe Joe pop it in if I send it to him. But the meme, it's from this Instagram page called Virgin Facts, which that's the name of the Instagram page, Virgin Facts.
But it's not about virgins.
I don't know how.
New facts? Maybe that's new facts, like new facts, virgin facts.
You can look at it like that, maybe.
Or is it a lot about virginity?
This has nothing to do with virginity.
Okay. That'd be weird, though, because how many facts we got going on there with virginity?
Can you think about that? Like no sex. Next one that was covered.
No
in the
sex,
last one.
something hymen, and then they haven't posted since 2014.
Yes.
They ran out of steam quick.
It was a good idea. But this is their inspirational quote of the day. It's not attributed to anybody but them. Virgin Facts. If you fall down yesterday, stand up today. That's not at all how it works.
If you fall down let's hear it for if you fall
down yesterday, stand up today. So basically you're telling just lay around for a whole fucking day until tomorrow. Just don't rush to get up. Take it easy, and you get up tomorrow. No, here's how it works. Fall down today, get the fuck up today. Yeah. Right? If you fall down yesterday, get the fuck up yesterday, and don't fall down today. Try to figure out why the hell you fell down, and don't fall down again.
Yeah,
That's your meme.
Well, it's weird. If you fall down, it should be if you fell down yesterday.
I did, the English language did bother me a little bit in there, but I think you go either way on that. That's why I didn't really address
okay.
it. If you fall down yesterday.
If you fall down yesterday, stand up today.
Which basically
so,
is saying...
if you fall down 11:59 yesterday... Technically, this meme is good.
It works for you.
Yeah, you needed a minute to get up.
I got it.
Now you're standing up today.
Yeah.
But if you fall at 8 a.m. yesterday...
You can't wait until today to get up.
Yeah, you'd be like, what's wrong with you? Dude, I got to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
Do you even have a meme account? How do you live your life?
Yeah.
Are you even motivated, bro? Are you even enlightened on Instagram? Huh?
What message is that to the youth of today? Listen, guys, if you fall down today, yesterday, just relax. Just take a day to figure it out, and then you'll get up tomorrow.
What if I fall down today? Talk to me tomorrow. Then we'll talk about yesterday tomorrow. Yeah.
What are we doing?
That's another. Yeah. If you fall down today, talk to me about it yesterday tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. No, here's the meme.
That should be on a thing, Father.
If you fall down yesterday, wait around. But if you fall down today, then I got to talk to you about it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk about yesterday tomorrow.
We'll talk about it. You want to talk about yesterday? We'll talk about it today. Yeah. If you want to talk about today, you fell down today, we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Talk about that tomorrow. And don't be getting up before then.
Don't let me tell you. And if you fall down tomorrow, I want to talk to you for 2 days.
Yeah.
If you fall down tomorrow.
I'll make my new meme. You fall down 3 days in a row, you just stay down. Just stay down. Just stay down because that's the best thing you can do to help society as a whole.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the meme is if you fall down yesterday, get the fuck up, step aside. What if they fell down in the middle of the subway? We're just going to let them lay there? We got to step over their dumb body because they decide to take it.
Yeah, you don't even need yesterday or today in that meme. If you fall down, get up.
That's it.
Simple. You're waiting days. You're talking about yesterday. You're not even focused on today if you're still thinking about yesterday's fall.
Really?
You're totally wasting today. You're still about yesterday's fall. You're going to fall today if you're still focusing on yesterday's fall.
Yeah. Why don't you pay attention? Why the fuck did you fall yesterday? Try to do that again.
Yeah. This guy's an asshole.
It doesn't make any sense.
This guy was reaching.
Right.
Guy or girl, we want
gender equality.
Gender equality with memes. It could be any.
So this is either a dumb broad or a dumb dude that wrote that meme.
That's a tough. Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
If you fall down yesterday,
I've said it a billion times.
Today.
That is a long time to be waiting around to stand up.
I would love to see the comments on that.
Yeah, I never went to that far.
That would have been nice.
I don't know where.
Talk about it. They're probably all these thanks tagging their friend.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah.
It was one. Hold on. It was the other one. Just wait. No. I lost it. I think I deleted it. Yeah, it was like, if you can dream it, you can do it. That is not true.
Yeah, not totally.
That is not true. I dreamt that I had sex with Cindy Crawford last week. And I'll tell you right now.
Can't do it.
I can't even have sex with a girl named Cindy or Crawford.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not impressed by beefsteak comedy shows. Tell you that.
Not even a little bit.
She's been in Hollywood a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time she's been impressed by that sort of performance. That was back in her early days.
Way early
You
days.
may could have got her at a beefsteak, but
No.
So if you can dream it, you can do it?
If you can dream it, you can do it. That's not at all. That's unreal.
I guess technically on some sort of level, you can technically, there's not
Well, I guess if your dreams are simple, I dreamt I went to the post office yesterday. Yeah, you can do that.
But I'm sure there's some sort of odds of you getting Cindy Crawford. I mean, the razor thin. Razor thin, but there's an odds.
I don't know.
Who knows, man? You may be driving. She may be on the side of the road one day, needs help. Mike Gaffney comes in. He starts putting on that charm, little gift to gab, making her laugh, talking to her about silly memes.
And then she's like, well, I need help with the car. I'm like, that I can't do anything about.
Yeah, but I can drive you to help.
I have AAA.
And then she'll fuck that guy. And that's the life of a comedian.
Exactly. Yes. You make them feel good until they need to
get
fucked. That's what we are. We're one big fucking Netflix and chill live. We fucking prime you, and then the guy takes you home and has sex.
Yeah.
Everyone. You probably pick up a lot of girls at the end of the shows. Why would you think that? Why would you think that? Do you know? I watch
most comedy shows are couples.
They're mostly all couples or drunk broads with their friends, and you got to hang with all of them to try. That's not worth it. Most guys that I see banging girls after shows, the work it takes that they have to invest of following them around to the next thing they do at the night, because the girls don't come to the show at 8, done by 9:30 and go, well, let's bang a comedian. They're usually going other places. Like, we're going to go to a lounge. You got to go belly up to a bar and hang out with them. And before you know it, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. She's probably too drunk for you to fucking be able to have sex with her anyhow. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you've done all this for what? And then you leave the next morning to get out of town? Like, it's just so much work, man. So much work. It's like the guys who do it, they're just poon hounds, and that's what they want to do anyhow.
Yeah, they would do it anyway, whether they're comedians or not.
I'm not that guy, so...
But if you dream it, though, you could do it, and you could be it.
You know what I dream? Going back to my room and eating chocolate. That's what I dream. Every show.
So you're killing it, dream-wise.
Killing it.
100%, actually. 100 for 100.
Maybe that meme is.
Maybe that meme is.
That one is. That one's accurate.
Yeah. If you dream it yesterday, you can get it.
Because I dreamt last week that I was on a cruise ship with Cindy Crawford. And I was telling her how beautiful that Kathleen Perkins is from, remember Episodes?
Yeah.
Remember Carol Rance, the little blonde?
Yeah.
I just, and I was in my dream telling Cindy Crawford how beautiful I thought she was. That's how insane I must have been on this fucking dream and cruise. I'm on a cruise with Cindy Crawford, who was probably my childhood, like my teenage and 20s, until I was 30 years old, probably the biggest crush of my life, right?
Yeah.
Cindy fucking Crawford.
I mean, yeah.
And I'm on a cruise ship with Cindy Crawford. I'm fucking telling her how beautiful some other broad is not on the cruise ship with me is. What the hell's wrong with me? It's not a dream. It's a nightmare. Just shut up about Carol Rance. You got fucking Cindy Crawford in front of you. Just make out with her, stare at her mole, just...
Stare at her mole? What are you doing? Staring at your mole, baby.
Fucking Cindy Crawford's mole.
I dreamt it, and now I'm doing it.
I dreamt it into fruition. I fucking put it out there.
Speaking of moles, we have to wrap this up because I got to go to a dermatologist to get this thing removed from my eye.
Okay.
It's not a mole. It's a skin tag on my eye. I want to get off.
Who's won this time?
Yeah, the other night I pointed at the wrong eye when I was showing Mike. So.
Joe's like, I got to go to the skin doctor this week, get my eye. Also on this eye. Like, you don't even know what eye it is.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it on the screen.
No, you can't. If I can't see on that screen.
Yeah, it's right there. Yep.
All right.
So, where you at this weekend?
Vegas.
You're in Vegas.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Cool. Want to be more specific of where in Vegas?
Oh yeah.
Some people just at the Vegas sign. Where's Gaffney at? He said he's here.
The Plaza Hotel and Casino, which is down in the Fremont section.
Okay.
At the Comedy Works.
Wednesday through Saturday?
Thursday through Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 3 shows, 9 o'clock shows.
Awesome. We're going to hear all about that next episode.
Yes, sir.
I'll be at the Comedy Works in Bristol, Pennsylvania for Valentine's Day night and Saturday night. Go to just Google. Go to joefernandez.net. There's a link to get tickets for that. Hopefully, I'll see you there. Make sure you hit the like button on this, hit the bell button, hit the subscribe button. Listen to us with any podcasting app. We're on Spotify, Stitcher, Laughable, iHeartRadio, iTunes, all of them. All in Our Heads podcast. It's a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's a lot. But I'm just giving options.
Yeah, just Google All in Our Heads podcast, and hopefully
it'll come up.
Should list a bunch of suggestions.
That's it. Go to MikeGaffneyLive.com to see his stuff.
I have not updated in like 6 months, but do that anyhow, please.
But do that anyway. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. You've been listening to All in Our Heads.